Well, you know how like every school has their Pride Month nonsense and all this other kind of stuff going on, and making sure that they take all the time in the world to, allow their teachers to have changing rooms so kids can come there and change into a dress and not tell their parents, or they host this like, drag story hour stuff and all this kind of stuff. Schools are making sure that they do all of that. One thing, they're allowing all of that. They want to be inclusive, very, very inclusive to everything, right? Every single person is welcome. That is, of course, unless you love this country or you perhaps are a Trump fan, which these two things seem to be oftentimes like, hey, you have an American flag, or you're a Trump guy. Not everybody that is patriotic is a quote unquote Trump person, but this school banned somebody for having American flags, handing out American flags, and, well, it went very poorly. A teacher at Edmond Schools allegedly confiscated American flags and punished a student for the crime of handing out American flags. That's the crime, handing out American flags.
Are you getting in trouble for handing out American flags? And he's doing what? Taking your flags? Yep. Okay, got it.
You see the guy in front of him who's walking, the teacher is walking with a handful of American flags there. I bet you if they were pride flags, nobody would have a problem with it. I'm just saying, if they were pride flags, no one would have a problem with it. I am 100% certain of that. Of course, the original controversy started here. Edmond Schools reportedly told a student he cannot fly the American flag on his car anymore to school. North told me I can't fly my American flag anymore starting this week, so y'all send this out and fly one starting Monday, all Edmond Schools. Of course, Superintendent Ryan Walter says his office will, quote, investigate. Well, that seems like a good idea. You probably should investigate. I mean, why can't you have the American flag? That seems really odd. Patriotism should never be penalized at Oklahoma schools, ever. EPS has a history of prioritizing woke agendas over our history and our freedoms. We will investigate this act. Students showed their support for the student who was told he cannot fly the American flag by showing up to school with their own American flags. Absolutely based. That's what I'm saying. Like, there is hope for this country. There absolutely is hope for this country. The American youth have a chance out there. The community then held a patriotic flag parade day outside the school. This whole thing is backfiring spectacularly. Patriotic parade outside a school after a student was banned from flying American flag on his truck. Again, I'm sure pride flags are encouraged. You probably get all sorts of bonus and benefit for flying a flag, a pride flag there. Oklahoma community expresses outrage after a high school student was banned from flying American flag on his truck. The decision sparked a patriotic protest from students and parents outside of Edmond North High School, who responded by flying a number of American flags on campus in support of the student. By the way, I hope that some of these students turn 18 before November 5th. And I hope they vote for Donald Trump. That's what I hope. Caleb Horst, a senior at the school, said he was left confused by the school telling him to stop flying the Stars and Stripes on his pickup, particularly as he had already been flying it for quite a while. My guess is some wokey said that it microaggressed him. That's my guess, is that some weirdo said that he was microaggressed by the flag. Something like that. I've really never had a problem with it before. It's our First Amendment, so it's kind of hard for them to infringe upon our rights. Since Horst spoke up about the order from his school, he has received an outpouring of support from other students, parents, and local lawmakers demanding it be reversed. Edmond Public Schools said that the district prohibits the flying of any flags on vehicles. This is designed to present disruptions and distractions during the school day. What? How would that be a distraction if it's sitting on the truck out in the parking lot? Like, I'm genuinely curious how you spin that. It's also done in an effort to provide a safe school environment. as flying flags on vehicles creates safety issues in the parking lot. What? The explanation appeared to do little to calm backlash for the community, with Oklahoma State Superintendent Ryan Walter saying he plans to launch an investigation. Sounds like they're making a bunch of excuses to me, he said. Here's the reality. You told the kid he couldn't bring a flag to campus. This is a ridiculous position, and it needs to be fixed. Big agree. Big agree. Walters vowed to protect the students' rights to fly the flag until the rules are changed. A group of local lawmakers announced that they were requesting that the district superintendent update its policies. Protests in Edmond even drew support from Dukes of Hazzard star John Schneider, who released videos to Facebook saying he was applauding the students' efforts. These are the kinds of people we need to continue not only to support, but to shout their names from their patriotism from our rooftops, Schneider said. Caleb, you're doing a great job. Keep doing it. I want you all to continue to back this young man. I do too. Well, then things really take a turn here. As the school district has held firm, threatening disciplinary action. Well, of course, that makes sense. Discipline him if Horst refuses to stop flying the flag on his truck. The situation has sparked a small protest in the school parking lot. A number of parents and students convened to wave flags in protest. Vance Miller, a friend of Horst, said outside the school that the ban hit home for him due to his family's military background. I've got a brother in the military, so it kind of hit home for me because I was like, he's fighting for that flag. We should be allowed to fly it. It'd be different if we were trying to make a political statement, but there's nothing political about it. Well, to the left, it is extremely political. The American flag is extremely triggering. It is extremely political to the left because they hate this country. There is simply just no denying it. They hate this country, and so the presence of the American flag triggers them, and they will make up whatever reasons they possibly can to ban it. It represents us. It's a unity. It represents us as one, our freedom. We have people that fight and die for that flag every day, so I think we should be allowed to fly it. In the face of potential disciplinary action, Horst said Monday that he plans to continue fighting the flag ban and was touched by the outsupport. It felt pretty good to see how many people were behind us, he said. I know there's a lot of people that aren't behind us, but probably even more, and it was kind of encouraging. The school district said it will handle any disciplinary action. I mean, I hope they discipline them. I mean, they say this is designed to prevent disruptions, distractions during the school day. Students aren't allowed to use their vehicles during the school day. I mean, I don't understand how any of this makes sense. And of course, now this happened.
I want to show you Sky News 9 right now is live over the scene, Edmond North High School. And as we zoom in, you can see several trucks flying the American flag.
I mean, imagine being that.
Would be dealt with on a case-by-case basis, but as you can see, several students again today, it looks like even more today, with flags on their car. We'll be following what the district says will happen.
Our Addie Crawford is...
I mean, imagine like, it's making the local news, and imagine being like, I'm on the side of no American flags.
50 cars paraded around the streets of Edmond North High School, right around this area. I think car horns might still be ringing in my ears from people and drivers showing their support all morning long. I'll show you the video of what's been happening in the last few hours. The group gathering around 7 a.m. saying their thank yous for showing up and saying the Pledge of Allegiance as one. I was told several times by those there this morning that this is all about freedom of speech and coming together. The student who sparked this movement, senior Caleb Horst, says he now feels supported. Never expected this big of a turn.
I mean, again, why are you the party of the American flag is bad? You're actively making that choice. You're like, hey, I think we should not let kids have the American flag. That's their position. I don't know. I mean, it's a bold strategy, Cotton. That kind of thing. Like, it's a bold strategy. I don't know why they thought on earth that this would be good optically. Look, if you go into that school, okay, I would be willing to bet you in June or July that there are pride flags. I would be willing to bet a large sum of money that there are pride flags during that month. I'm just sure of that. So the American flag is a problem, but not those.
Because This is the flag of our country. It's not like I'm flying some crazy flag. It's one that everybody stands under.
Caleb, among many others this morning, tell me that they don't want to call what happened a protest rather than simply hoping for a change in policy from Edmond Public Schools. Also, another thing I want to point out is the sea of American flags that I'm standing in right now.
Yeah.
Across the street from Edmond North, right there. And I counted about 200 that were here this morning, putting them in the ground in protest of what happened today.
The left hates our country. They will probably fly the pride flag or the Palestinian flag or the groomer flag or whatever they want to fly. They'll probably fly that. But the American flag is triggering to them because they hate it. Absolutely love this. And the fact that the left is freaking out about it optically is just wonderful, because normal, everyday people don't think that the American flag is triggering, and they just look like idiots. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.